Everyone knows that Apple is a luxury-focused brand, and most Apple products are too expensive. But what if I could show you that there's a way for you to get a more budget-friendly, but still really good value Apple ecosystem? Let's get started. Starting off with the Mac, I chose the MacBook Neo. Yes, not the MacBook Air, the M5 MacBook Air, but the MacBook Neo. For like $600, you can grab a MacBook that has most of the features of the MacBook lineup. You have a trackpad, amazing trackpad, you have the Magic Keyboard, you have the aluminum construction, you have macOS, you have a beautiful LCD display, 13 inches, several colors to choose from, you still get the amazing USB-C ports and an incredible A18 Pro chip from the iPhone 16 Pro Max. So you still get Apple Silicon and all of its advantages. This is a very efficient computer and it's also super powerful and ready for this AI revolution that everyone is talking about. So I do believe for $600, if you pay the extra $100, which I do recommend, so for $700, you are getting an amazing laptop for you that is incredible. Obviously, if you want to buy it on a discount, obviously if you are ready to buy older machines, buying a MacBook Air with the M4, the M3 chip will be cheaper and it will have a bit better hardware. But buying the MacBook Neo and talking about only new Apple products, I do believe that the MacBook Neo is the best MacBook, the best budget MacBook you can grab. And for this best value ecosystem, it's my choice. And don't forget, this is still a beast of a machine, way better than other Windows computers. It's completely the best computer you can buy for the money. $700, it's the perfect computer, take note. For the iPad, it would be easy to recommend this 10th generation or 11th generation cheap iPad. This is the cheapest iPad you can grab, and it still gives you an LCD display and iPadOS. But should you? Well, I don't think so. I think that this for only $300 is an amazing value for kids or even elderly people, but I don't think this gives you enough for you to take enjoyment out of the iPad. So I don't think you should grab this one, but you should grab the iPad Air. The iPad Air is an amazing iPad. It's an iPad that gives you value, but also gives you performance. It's the balance between this cheap iPad and the iPad Pro. And I think it's the best iPad you can grab. So yes, spend a bit extra, $500-600 on the iPad Air, and it gives you an amazing experience, gives you Face ID, much better than this Touch ID button. It gives you the new 120Hz display. It's much better. Gives you the Apple Pencil, the new generation Apple Pencil. It gives you most of iPadOS 26 features. It gives you the Magic Keyboard compatibility, which I don't think it's a good value, but if you want, you can have it. So yes, I think that the iPad Air is a much better product, gives you much better value for the extra $200-300 you pay over a new iPad 10th generation. This is too cheap. Unlike the MacBook Neo, this is too cheap. And if you want to see a comparison video between the MacBook Neo and the cheapest iPad, I have it on my channel, so go check it out there. But I don't think this one is worth it. I think they should grab the iPad Air for an amazing value. I think it has the M3 chip. It's super powerful. It's a beautiful iPad. It works really well with the new iPadOS 26 experience. Totally worth it in my opinion. For the Apple Watch, no, don't grab the Apple Watch Ultra. This is my only advice that I can have. Because next, you have two options. You have the Apple Watch Series 11 and the Apple Watch SE3. The SE3 is actually really good. It's a really good value Apple Watch for the money. But here's the big but. For double the money, so $300, $400, you can grab the Apple Watch Series 11. And it gives you so much more. But it depends. I cannot recommend one or the other. If you simply want the most basic Apple Watch, the Apple Watch SE4 is truly a great option. The SE3, I don't know the model, the newest one. While the Apple Watch Series 11, it's a more complete Apple Watch. For the money, in my opinion, it's worth it, but for some people, it isn't. It has the heart monitor sensor, just like the Apple Watch SE, but then it can do your blood oxygen levels, then it can do your sleep tracking with way more precision. It can track sleep apnea if you want, and also it has that EKG feature that most people don't really use it, but it could be useful for you. It's also much better for working out tracking. It's also much better in terms of battery life. It has a much better display. It's more premium feeling and you have better materials. Obviously, I'm talking about the aluminum version, not the titanium or stainless steel versions, but the Apple Watch Series 11 value is undeniable, and I think that for the extra $100, $150, $200, you can grab it and it's a much better value in terms of money. But for some people, they truly just want the cheapest Apple Watch because it's a very tiny and niche product for what you want, and because you only use it for like basic things. If you want it the basic as possible, the Apple Watch SE is an awesome choice. So I cannot choose between these two. It depends. It's an extra $100, $150 for your budget. But right now, we are around the $1,300, $1,400 budget mark for every single product, the three that we talked about. So if you want to save a bit more money, go for the Apple Watch SE. What you lose might not be that much important. If you chose the Apple Watch SE, we are around at the $1,500 price mark. And if you chose the Apple Watch Series 11, we are at $1,700 price mark for the Apple ecosystem. You now have an iPad Air, the MacBook Neo, and an Apple Watch. But if you want to completely save the most amount of money possible and still keep the value on, remove the iPad. I think that the iPad, it's not a mandatory product. It's a niche device that if you want a computer for a light-hearted session, for media consumption, for casual use, I think that the iPad is more suited for that. Traveling, watching movies, watching videos on the plane, I think it's a better experience. But if you want to work, the MacBook is the option. And most people work, so I think that most people will have better needs for the MacBook than the iPad. But most people also want to rest, media consumption. So yes, balance between the two. But if you want to cut one, I would cut the iPad first. And now for the product that you are waiting the most, the iPhone. Which iPhone should you grab for budget and value? Currently, in my opinion, there are two brackets on the iPhone lineup. You either buy the newest and shiniest iPhone 17, and that's the best value new iPhone available, or you buy the iPhone 15 Pro Max, and that's the best older used iPhone available. The iPhone 17 costs around $800 and something, while the iPhone 15 Pro Max, you can grab it for $600. The 15 Pro Max will give you a telephoto lens, an amazing telephoto lens, the USB-C with titanium build, and a bright and big 6.7-inch OLED display, 120 Hz. While with the iPhone 17, you get the newest and shiniest A19 chip, you will get the amazing new camera system, the 40 megapixel sensor and ultra-wide sensor too. You grab the same 120 Hz OLED display, but this time only at 6.3 inches, and you had an aluminum frame. So if you want to buy a new iPhone, iPhone 17. If you want to have the best value iPhone available, iPhone 15 Pro Max. And trust me, in terms of cameras, they are very, very comparable. You can grab the same quality from both. Again, the 15 Pro Max has the telephoto lens, so unlocks a new focal length, unlocks new photos that you can take, portrait photography, zooming in, video also gets much better whenever you can zoom in further. And so I think that the iPhone 15 Pro Max is a more complete option for less money, even though that it gives you the A17 chip, while the iPhone 17 gives you the newer chip. Comparing the both, it's like, who cares? Both are super powerful, both are super amazing, and both are an amazing value. But if you want to buy the new one for warranty reasons, or I don't know, you have a contract, the iPhone 17 is the best option and the best value for this ecosystem, while the iPhone 15 Pro Max, in my opinion, it's still the best value iPhone you can grab in 2026. And with this choice, the total price of the ecosystem right now sits at $2,300. So yes, still an expensive ecosystem. If you chose the Apple SE, we are currently at $2,000. But yes, this is not the most budget Apple ecosystem, but in my opinion, the best value for the money. To finish off, I would say the AirPods Pro are your only option. The AirPods Pro are truly the best Apple product in terms of the lineup. The AirPods 4, I don't think they are too complete, and the difference is like $50, $100, and on a discount you can grab them for like the same price. So the AirPods Pro are the only top-end product I recommend from Apple in terms of value. They are the best, truly the best. They are an amazing, amazing pair of earpods. I think they are the best in the market for sure. $200, man, save it, get the Apple Watch SE and buy the AirPods Pro. This is an amazing, amazing choice. You won't regret it. Putting our final price at $2,300 if you chose the Apple Watch SE, and around $2,500 if you chose the Apple Watch Series 11. So $2,500 can grab you the best value Apple ecosystem out there for the same price as the M5 Pro, MacBook Pro, or even like the iPhone 17 Pro Max plus an iPad Pro, or even the iPhone 17 Pro Max plus the Apple Watch Ultra. So yes, you can see that the differences in terms of choices can save you a lot of money and still grab you 99% of the same experience. My opinion is that this is the best value ecosystem, but let me know yours in the comments down below. Which way would you build your Apple ecosystem? I want to know all of that. Drop a like down below, subscribe to the channel while you're there. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.